affirmation for this episode is: you can't screw up what is meant for you.
Hello and welcome to episode 8 of the Say Please podcast, where if you ask, you shall receive. But first, say please. My name is Deidre.
And I'm Amanda.
The Say Please podcast is sponsored fully by us, two girls pursuing our passions by leaning into our learnings and promoting positivity. Our word of the day today is truculent. Does that look right?
Truculent.
Truculent. Does that pronunciation look right?
Where does it say the pronunciation?
Well, I mean, the way the word is written.
Oh, it doesn't tell you? Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought it would have it written up. It looks right to me.
Oh, we're going with it.
We're going to do it. We're going to go for it. Truculent.
It means eager or quick to argue or fight. Aggressively defiant. Oof. Wow. I feel seen. His days of truculent defiance were over. What is truculent behavior? Aggressively self-assertive. Another one is belligerent. Scathingly harsh or vitriolic. Before we get into today's episode, Amanda, what does that word mean to you? Truculent.
I mean,
nothing to you. Nothing, because you're so chill.
I don't have much. I do not have much experience with truculence and being truculent, to be honest with you.
That sounds like you. Truculent means everything to me. I'm so aggressive and easily combative. I have something I'm working on through therapy. Let's back to promoting positivity. Let's go with our random act of kindness of the day. Amanda, what have you done since our last episode?
Finally did one.
What'd you do, buddy?
What I did was I walked around my neighborhood with a grocery bag and I picked up trash.
Because you said
so I like to walk around my neighborhood. It's really nice. It's like a big circle, so it's a very easily walkable neighborhood. And I don't know, it's like most days I walk around and I see just trash on the ground, and I'm like, I hate looking at trash on the ground. It's awful that like people are throwing trash on Mother Nature. It hurts my heart. And then one day I was like, you know what, Amanda? You should like carry around a bag and just like pick it up. You know, because each time I would see the trash, I'd be like, damn, like.
Notice yourself getting angry about it?
Damn, like, I'm angry about this, but also I could pick it up. But like also I don't want to like walk around with like a bunch of trash in my hands.
True, yeah.
So I'm like, I need a damn bag.
Bag.
Like I finally did it. I finally grabbed my bag before my walk.
Proud of you.
And picked up trash that I saw while I was walking.
That's an amazing random act of kindness. Thank you for sharing.
Because
doesn't it feel good?
Well, yeah, but because I like really love nature, and I was like, I want to. That's how I can like show my love to the nature. You know, be like, I'm so sorry that humans are awful and throw trash on you. Here, let me help you.
And no, and this is our Mother Earth. You know, like we should respect her.
Mm-hmm. She gives us life.
And you are very pro recycling. And I know you've been struggling with the recycling industry and how you feel about it lately. And like you being that positive energy in the world is combating that negative ass energy. So go you. I'm proud of you. I told you I didn't have like a very distinct random act of kindness since the last time we filmed, because I haven't been like conscious of it, even though like I'm genuinely pretty kind, but like none that I like really thought of off the top of my head or were like specified on, I guess. But I will share that the one I told you earlier about my mom texted me because I was upset that TikTok was getting banned. I'm really upset about it. TikTok's changed my life. And I'm texting everybody that'll listen about it. And I texted my mom and she's like, I'm sorry, I wish we lived closer. Lived closer? Barbara, I don't want to live closer is not going to save TikTok. And genuinely, I think living further away from my mom has helped our relationship. I think living further away from my sister has helped our relationship. But I didn't need to get into that. I didn't need to be negative towards my mom in that moment when she's trying to be positive towards me. So I stopped myself I literally typed out a message and deleted it. And I will count that as my random act of kindness, because I intentionally stopped myself and chose kindness over argument, or over being truculent. So I'll count that for me. Okay. But speaking of TikTok, that's actually our topic of the day, is TikTok. What do you think about TikTok getting banned? We talked about this earlier. Lots of mixed emotions on it.
So before I talk about TikTok, I just want to say, for anyone watching this, if I look hella tired, it's because I am.
Yeah.
This is like a late night episode.
It is. It's like, what, midnight?
And I danced for like
12:30?
2 hours.
You were getting it.
I was getting it for 2 hours on the dance floor.
You were so whimsical out there.
Oh, thank you. So I'm hella tired. So just keep that in mind as you watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, TikTok being banned, I kind of get that they don't want China stealing our information, sure. But also, like, this is America, and you can't just take away, something that 170 million Americans use and 7 million Americans make a living off of.
That part. Because some people argue that it's not stimulating the economy. I've heard that argument, that TikTok doesn't.
But they're making money from it.
They make money off of it, that TikTok shop. People buy and fixate on random hobbies that they can hyper-focus on from TikTok. I've heard the argument about China stealing our information. Let's be honest. A 12-year-old hacker could steal our information if they wanted it bad enough. Like, people can steal information. It's easy enough. And honestly, I don't care if people have my information. I saw that argument on TikTok too. They're like, I actually saw it on Saturday Night Live, because he said, they're going to steal my information. What they're going to see in my database, I like thick Latinas. He's like, we all like thick Latinas. And I'm like, oh, valid. Because it's like, what are you really going to find in my information? Like, but
there's stuff that we don't know, though. I do get part of it.
I think they want to keep us divided, and it was a real big sense of community. And we could see with the Chinese people that we're all not so different. We have different languages. They separate us. Mandarin is the most spoken language on earth.
What?
I'll fact check myself.
Yeah,
I'll fact check myself.
I don't know. I thought a different language was.
It is Mandarin.
Fact checking. Is considered the most, considering only native speakers, with the vast majority residing. Oh, okay. So that's because. So what this is saying is the reason why it's considered the most spoken is because of their population. They have the biggest population of native speakers that speak Mandarin.
Okay. But still valid.
It says, however, if you include both native and non-native speakers, English is the number one spoken language.
I feel like a lot of people go to learn English. You know what I mean?
That's what this is meaning. Yeah. So there are more people in the world that speak English than Mandarin. But Mandarin's considered the most spoken because there's a high concentration of most people in the world living in China.
And why don't we try to learn Mandarin? You know? That was the thing with TikTok being banned too, learning Mandarin.
I don't want to learn Mandarin.
Okay. Stay in your little bubble with your English. I'm gonna learn Mandarin, the most spoken language.
I'm learning Espanol.
Hola. See, but yeah, no, I'd seen that too. That Mandarin's most spoken.
Have you ever tried to learn Mandarin? That shit's hard. I went to school with a lot of Chinese people in grad school, and they would try to teach me Mandarin. It's hard. You got the tones and everything.
Oof, tones are important.
Tones and inflections are very important. You can't. It's not like English or any other like language where there's a word and you just got to learn that word. You have to learn the word. You have to learn the Chinese symbol for it, and you have to learn the tone of the word.
I mean, if you consider English language, we have to learn our tone. Our tones are very important as well.
No, there's an exact way you have to say. It's almost like singing a song. They have like notes. You have to sing the right notes. Say the in order for. That's why you hear.
Yo, that was.
That's because of the tone.
I want to do an impression, but I don't. I don't as a white woman. No, I'm not doing an impression.
There has to be an actual like.
I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying. I'm picturing Rush Hour 2 in my head right now.
That's why English sounds like pretty like
very monotone. I don't know what it's like to learn Mandarin, but I can only imagine. I don't know. I truly think, and this is just my opinion, what do I know? I just DoorDash and drink Diet Coke. I don't know shit. I really think they just want to keep us further divided, and like that's a way, like the United States loves to put a fear tactic into people, thinking other nations are so bad, and I don't believe the Chinese is so bad. That's just my opinion, though, and I don't know shit.
I don't think Chinese people are necessarily bad, but do I think the Chinese government is good? Not necessarily.
Do you think the United States government?
I don't think any government is good. So why would I believe that the Chinese?
I mean, I love you, government. I love the government.
No government.
We love the United States government. Disclaimer: the Say Please podcast loves.
Yes.
Yeah, the Say Please podcast.
Agent listening to this episode.
FBI agent. We love the United States government. We agree with whatever you want to do. I will say with the TikTok ban though, TikTok has truly changed my life, and I've spoken about it in many ways, with therapy, weight loss, community, recipes, songs, everything.
It can be very useful if used in a mindful way, but it also can be very harmful if used incorrectly too.
But that's with anything in life, though.
For sure.
That's with Christianity. That's with what are you talking about? Tarot.
I'm just gonna say I am not on the side.
I know. I'm just
saying, as a devil's advocate, I can understand why some people might want it banned. But do I think it should be banned?
No. People that doom scroll all day long and it wastes their life, sure. But people that get on there for a sense of community because they're introverts and don't feel like they can relate or connect to anyone. I've really felt seen on TikTok.
I mean, honestly, the doom scrolling thing argument does not work for me for a reason to ban TikTok, because if that's the case, you should get rid of all social medias. Get rid of Facebook. Oh, please get rid of Facebook.
Please get rid of Facebook. Oh,
please.
Fuck Mark Zuckerberg.
Get rid of Facebook. Except for Facebook Marketplace.
Oh my gosh, and my free yard sale group's love it. How about my free yard sale group was gonna close down today for a few hours to show her stance on how she feels about TikTok being banned. Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with her. I need my stuff though. I need my stuff,
right.
but I support people that fight for a cause, that they fight for what they believe in. So I appreciate that. But
see, I'm not so much of a fighter.
I'm a fighter.
I'm not so much a fighter.
What's the word?
Truculent.
Extremely truculent. I love fighting. I like going to equality rallies. I march for Black Lives Matter. I'll fight anytime. I'll fight anybody. Yeah, not you though. But
you probably would not catch me at a protest.
Oh, I love protests. I love that.
Yeah, I've no desire. I've
stood outside the Planned Parenthood with a sign that said it's okay for people going inside because I'm protesting against the protesters. That's how truculent I am. Very defiant. I'm not one to be defined. Like if you tell me I need to get in line, I'm in a line. I'm making a circle. Like you don't tell me what to do. Like that's why the Say Please podcast is called the Say Please podcast. Don't tell me what to do, but if you do want to say something, say please. Say please. Try again. Say please. But no, with TikTok, It did. All good things must come to an end. I don't think it's gonna be the same now. I got back on it today, and the quality's already different.
What do
Like
you mean the
the pic.
qualities?
Have you gotten it today?
No, not really. I mean, for
The
a second.
pixels, the pixels look different. The quality looks different. Yeah, I'll show it to you when we get off of here. Yep, it looks different. But all good things come to an end, and then we will. I'll never forget the sense of community I had on it. I'll never forget what I've learned on there, and it can give me more time to pour into our podcast and pour into our other outlets in life, our goals. I have a lot of goals.
I had a video pop up on my YouTube last night about someone talking about like, look, it was like one of those like, God has a message for you, like videos. Have you ever seen those? Well, this guy was like, God wants you to stop consuming and start creating.
Oh, I love those videos. And the guy
in the video was like saying things like, he was explaining like something that like I'm currently kind of going through, where like I just eat up knowledge. Like I read books and just gain knowledge, and I want to learn, and I do so much consuming of information and knowledge, and not enough like actually creating. And like, and he said something in this video that really resonated with me. He said, when you create, you do God's work. Like you serve God by creating, which is very true, because if you think about it, God is a creator, right? God, that's the whole thing. God's the creator.
Yeah.
So if you are creating, then yes, you are doing God's work. Because God's creating. If you're creating and God's creating, then you're doing the same work that God is doing.
I believe that truly, especially because you're saying like that's God's work. I truly feel like God is inside of us. I think heaven and hell is inside of us. And every person, heaven and hell is in there. And once you can figure that out and go to your godly side, resonate with that side, find your peace, then you can create and be in God's image. Truly, God was an imperfect person. God was just a regular man, like it's inside of all of us. It's inside of every person, heaven and hell. Like that. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that, how you can create. When you're creating, you're doing God's work. That's beautiful. I get caught up because I watch videos too. You're right. When you ask me, do I give videos like that? Yes. Because I love to be in consumption mode, and consumption mode and creation mode are two different things, two way different things. That's why it's nice to like truly like exit out of one and get into the other. You have to be truly into the other to be able to focus on what you're doing. And I've been a little bit better about creating more, so I'm excited about that. But now we can create even more and just be aware of it. But I also think seeking out knowledge is a beautiful thing, because you seek to learn. You're not seeking for entertainment. You're seeking for knowledge.
Yes, but also like if I just like keep getting, for this is just an example, if I just keep consuming knowledge about how to be a great painter, but I never pick up a paintbrush and a canvas and paint, then what am I doing?
Nike's logo, just do it.
Just do it.
It just makes sense
or like
sometimes.
Shia LaBeouf, just do it.
Shia LaBeouf does that?
Have you ever seen that video of Shia LaBeouf?
No, he's canceled, right?
He's like, do it. That video when he's like, do it.
No, bitch.
Oh my God. Oh my God, I gotta show you the Shia LaBeouf.
Oh my God, I can't wait. I can't wait to see it.
Oh my God, apparently classic. I love that
apparently
video.
He's an asshole.
You know what though?
Everyone's an asshole.
Everyone in Hollywood is an asshole. And a lot of the people that they say are assholes in Hollywood actually aren't assholes. They're just being blackmailed or whatever.
Extorted.
They're being
what I hear is you love Shia LaBeouf.
No, it's just I don't trust anything that anyone says about some Hollywood celebrity, because there's always people behind the scenes creating the narrative.
Fair.
So it's like, is that narrative about him real or not? We don't know, and we never will know unless we know him personally.
And there's two sides to every story too, but that was just because apparently he got with like two different girls and like treated them like crap. Like, you're talking about sucking people's energy down. Some people get with a successful person like Shia LaBeouf gets with another successful like artist, actress, whatever, and like sucks their energy out of them. Like that was the
Yeah, but
stigma with
also
him.
like I don't know. I also have understanding for people like that because like he has been like in the entertainment industry since he was a child, and the entertainment industry has a lot of evil in it.
It
So
does. It
like if
does.
you're in it since you're a child, like it's 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 like very likely that you are going to become that in some
Oh,
you
continue that
be
cycle.
influenced
Yeah.
by that and shaped and molded by that.
That's
And
true.
that's just you, that they programmed your brain in a certain, it's like,
I
but
see where you're going
obviously
with it.
like, yeah, it's not cool for celebrities to be assholes, but like if they are assholes, I don't necessarily think they were born that asshole. It's like they were made into that asshole.
I see where you're coming from, and then it brings me back to just saying like when we are creating, we are doing God's work because like Hollywood is full of evil people, and like we have big dreams of being in Hollywood and like being the new face of creation of direction of movies and music. So we are doing God's work when we create because we're taking over the reins of where bad people were. Like we're evil people are in the power at positions of power. That's why we always, you and I always talk about what's worth selling out for, what's worth selling yourself for, and it's like
Right.
nothing if you don't believe in it.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like if it was like a Diet Coke sponsorship, sure, but like if it's something we hate, oh, like pharmaceutical drugs. Oh my gosh, if it was like pharmaceutical drugs wanted to sponsor us, like
Well,
consider.
that's what it means to like sell your soul to the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Amen.
that is a real thing.
The hell yeah it is. Hell
And
yeah.
people don't think it's real because they imagine that it's like, oh, you
Some
actually meet a devil and you
Yeah,
sign a
it's a
paper like in
literal,
the
yeah.
movies.
Or go to a
No,
four-way intersection and dig a hole and drop the box into it. Yeah.
no. Selling your soul to the devil
Is an everyday life
means selling yourself to this world because this world is
full of evil.
ruled by,
Mm.
well, because like if you think spiritually, like the devil represents like the material plane, like material things. Um, like the tangible material things,
Mm-hmm.
things that are not of the spiritual world,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if you're selling yourself you're selling your morals, changing your morals for money, you have sold your soul effectively in
Mm.
exchange for money, in exchange
Mm.
for the devil. Or like you're making a deal with the material plane to get money.
It's real.
It's real. It's a real thing.
And you
And you
could
don't it doesn't have to be that deep. It could be
it could be in a
honestly
romance setting too.
it
Like, what are
it's
you doing for companionship? Like, are you making the people, like, let's say you're a single mother and then you meet like you're just longing for companionship to where like you find a partner but they don't get along with your children, like you're putting your children at discomfort. Are you selling your soul? Like, are you selling like what, like I don't, does that make
you have to be
sense?
getting something back though.
I mean, they're getting companionship. They're getting that void filled in their life.
Right. Yeah.
But at
Well, they're
what
buying an
expense? At
illusion.
what
Yeah.
price are you? Or what's the cost? At what
Yeah.
price?
Yeah.
So I can view it in that sense. Like that's what resonated with me when you said that at
Mm,
first.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think in a romantic setting,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just how I took it at first.
Yeah.
But I hear exactly what you're saying, and I like what you're saying. It's
Yeah.
real.
It could even be like as much as like if you're, let's say you work for a corporation and you hate your life and you hate your job and you hate what you do, but you get
Mm-hmm.
paid hella money for it. You have sold your soul to the devil.
Let's say you work for a pharmaceutical company and your job is to push different drugs on different people for a profit. I got a friend that does that. Oh my God.
Does he believe in that drug? Does he believe it can actually help people? Or does he know it can't help people, but he likes the money he gets?
I don't know. I'll ask and check,
Because I
but the
do.
last time I checked, it was for the money.
Okay. Because in that
Yeah.
instance, like if you, like for example, some people could say, like doing porn is selling your soul to the devil
Mm.
because you're doing something immoral
Mm.
for money exchange, right? Or you're letting people exploit you for money. But also, some people who do porn actually really like it. They enjoy it. They get some kind of fulfillment out of it. In those instances, like, if you think that's your purpose on this earth and you really feel that in your heart that your purpose is to do that,
by all means.
By all means, dude.
That's why it's like, what's good?
I don't think that's selling your soul to them. That's why you're doing what you actually love to do. So, like, hey, you do you.
That's why it's like, what is a bad person? What is evil and good? Like, who fucking knows?
Evil and good doesn't really exist.
I know, that's right.
Light and dark does. But evil and good, I don't know if evil
light and dark
good does, because that's so
but light and dark
subjective.
It's very subjective and circumstantial, because like even what you said with Shia LaBeouf, like what did he go through as a child to like understand like where he is at today? Like it doesn't excuse. I have one of my favorite lines. It doesn't excuse it, but it explains it. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Because it's important to know how people got to the way they are, how they got to their actions, their thought process, their relationships that they're in today. Because it will explain it, but then once they know it, it doesn't excuse it, because at some point when you understand it, it becomes a choice. Yeah. Real stuff. Where are we at? Oh yeah, we're about at the end of our episode. Any more closing thoughts? If not, we have any closing advice. I didn't write anything down for closing advice for this episode, so I'm with you. Off the top of my head. Okay. Closing advice. My closing advice is don't like, I understand that it's sad that TikTok is being banned, but don't hurt yourself over it. Yeah, don't hurt yourself. Find something else. Find some other way to get your fill of whatever you got from TikTok. Find it in something else, and maybe TikTok will come back and everything will be peachy keen. But it also may not be. But don't waste too much of your time and your life and your own emotions and mental space fretting about an app on your phone. It's an app on your phone. I love TikTok. I know. I love you, TikTok. And I love TikTok too. I really do. I really do. But I will say it is a little disturbing seeing people get like freaking the fuck over it being gone. Like, it was a big sense of community for a lot of people, and their income, That does suck. But the people were just like, oh my gosh, like I can't like find recipes online anymore. It's like, I mean, you kind of can. I had a mini panic attack watching my TikTok feed when people were giving their, like, it felt like a funeral. Like, people were like, I love y'all. I've known y'all. It was very surreal, and it made me have a freaking panic attack, Amanda, because I was watching it at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't go to sleep afterwards. It was bad, girl. It was bad. My closing advice is give people grace. You know, you never know what they went through to be the people they are today, and that's so much easier said than done sometimes, because when people hurt you, you know, like, you want to be angry, rightfully so. Like, you want to be combative, truculent, you know, maybe towards them, but hurt people. And so if it's and talk about projection, when someone's angry towards you or rude, it's really them projecting how they feel about themselves. That's why I always remember with happy people aren't rude, and that is so. It's so true. So true. Happy people are not rude. And happiness is a choice too, you know? Like, it's a choice. You know, for me, being a truculent person, I choose happiness every day. It's a choice for me. It's not, it's simple, but it's not easy. Oh my God, stop. That's one of my favorite quotes. Yeah. I say that to myself all the time. It's simple, but it's not easy. One of my favorite creators, Higher Up Wellness. He's on TikTok and on YouTube, because I started following YouTube now. Higher Up Wellness. He always says, fuck, you just said it. It's not
It's
It's
simple.
it's simple.
It's simple, but it's not easy.
That exactly that. It's simple,
Yeah.
but it's not easy. It's like going to the gym, losing weight. Like people ask me about it all the time. You know what I did?
Simple.
I went to the gym not just yesterday, not just the day before that. I went for 10 months straight, three or 4 days a week,
Pretty simple. But was it
consistent.
easy? Not
It's not
necessarily.
easy, but it is It's not easy.
It's
Oh, that's
simple.
what it says. It's not easy, but it is simple. It's not easy, but it is
So
simple.
the
Like,
same thing, just
yeah,
yeah.
the same thing with reverse. Yeah, absolutely. Because I'm like, it sounded like that, but it was
Yeah.
like it's tad different. But it's like even eating healthy, feeling good, like don't eat stuff that makes you feel like crap. Don't eat too much candy. Like don't like make sure you brush your teeth at night. Like take good care of your skin. Like it's not easy, but it is simple. It's not easy to drag yourself out of the bed. It's not easy to be yawning. I was yawning last week in the gym. I was yawning in the morning, but I still did it. It was
Yeah.
so good for my mental because
Yeah.
it's not easy, but it is simple. It's so simple. It's like even creating versus consuming. Like you're watching so many videos on me, watching so
It's a
many videos on the
simple
guitar.
solution to that.
Yeah, it's just
But
to
is it
do it.
easy?
It's just to.
No.
I caught myself last year wallowing in the bed, just wallowing, and I was just like really stressed out about not having money, and that's what got me door dashing. I was laying here anxious as hell because I could like my bills are piling up, and I'm like, I'm literally my chest is red. I'm so annoyed,
Oof.
and I got up and went and did something about it because it's not
That's
easy, but
good.
it is simple.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good quote. That's a
Yeah.
good one. All right, you want to hit him with the extra? I guess before we talk their ears off,
Yeah.
another 30 minutes.
Okay, here it is. Ask and you shall receive. But if at first you don't succeed, try again. But say please.
I hope you found a gem, and if you didn't, then listen again. Thanks for tuning in. Happy episode 8.
Everything's a dream. Close your eyes and see.